morning, guys. So it is Monday, March 14th, I think. Let me see if I got that right. Yeah, perfect. So it's 6 a.m. We're about to hit the gym. I am going to film a week of workouts for you guys, so I'm really excited about this. The last one I did, everyone loved for the most part, so I hope this helps as well. I do post all my workouts on Instagram too, so if you don't follow me there and you do want like weekly workouts and daily workouts and stuff like that, then I highly recommend doing that. I'm not going to talk for long because I look so tired right now, but yeah, let's get into it. Alright guys, it is Monday morning. We are kicking off this week of workouts with a full upper body day. You can see here I'm starting with a dumbbell shoulder press, which is one of my favorite exercises, and the second half of every video is going to be sped up for you guys, just so you are aware when watching them. So I did about 4 sets of this. And then we went right into dumbbell alternating curls for 3 sets, and that was supersetted with bent over reverse flies. I'm doing a bit more high volume with these exercises today because I was super sore coming into this with my legs and most of my upper body, so I wanted to make sure I was going to have a good workout and not be too sore for the rest of the week. I'll put the sets and the reps on the screen as well so you guys are able to see them there. And instead of using dumbbells, I just used smaller plates for this because I went with lighter weight here. So I'm using 10-pound plates. And just to go over my gym fit for the day, I am wearing navigation leggings, the contour leggings, and I'm wearing the Alphalete Revival sports bra. Okay, so we're coming into skull crushers as you see here. I'm just using any bench that was available. So I was doing it on a normal like bench setup here, and I'm using a easy bar for this one. The key is to lock the shoulders in, which is why my back is arched here. Keep your feet on the ground, glutes on the bench, and keep your elbows slightly back in the motion and in the same position the whole time. Okay, supersetted the skull crushers with barbell bicep curls, so I used that same easy bar and I went for higher reps here as you can see on the screen. Make sure to keep your elbows by your side during any type of bicep curl. Into our next superset, we have dumbbell lateral raises, which is one of my favorite exercises, again for higher reps here, lighter weight, and we are primarily targeting the shoulders in this exercise. So the key is to not let your body swing too much during this exercise. You really want to be pushing from the shoulder muscles and keeping that core tight the whole time. And with this is the second part of the superset, which we went into dips for. They're just bench dips. You can make them harder by bringing your feet out so that your legs are straight and you have less support from your legs, but you can also do them with the knees bent here as well. Okay, we have the last superset of the workout, and we're doing single arm lat pull downs, kneeling on the ground. So you could also do these on a regular like lat pull down setup, but I find them easier kneeling. And then we are supersetting this with tricep push downs. We are doing underhand grip here because it targets all the heads of the tricep, which is that like horseshoe shaped muscle in the back of the arm, as you can see there. This is also one of my favorite exercises for triceps. Make sure to keep the elbows by the side the entire time. And we have the last exercise of the workout, which is rear delt pulls with the cables. You're going to need to use lower weight for this exercise as it is very hard because you're using the very small muscle in the back of your shoulders, which are the rear delts, and you want to keep the elbows slightly bent during this motion. You're going to bring the cables in a crossbody motion across. Finishing up on the stairs for 20 minutes, I usually do levels 5 or 6. Okay guys, Tuesday was a rest day for me, so just focused on getting my steps in there. And now I'm showing you Wednesday morning's workout. This is my gym fit. So cute. I love the shorts with the flannel that I wore on this day, and also the shoes. Everything was just a vibe that day for the gym fit. So we are hitting a full leg day today, and you can see I'm starting off with sumo deadlifts. You always want to start off with a larger compound movement because we want to be focusing on progressive overload during these lifts so we can make progress, whether that be with a cutting phase or a building phase, but we always want to be able to push ourselves in the gym. And this is one of the ways to do it, to make sure you are prioritizing that compound lift at the beginning of your workout. And the second compound lift that we are doing in this workout is going to be barbell hip thrust. So you can see that here. And I set up on a bench on the end of a rack just to make sure I was stabilized there so the bench didn't move back as well. Going for lighter reps here. As you can see, my knees are at a 90-degree angle, which is right where we want them to target the glutes and the hamstrings. And I supersetted the barbell hip thrust with a feet elevated glute bridge with a band around my knees so that I could target the upper glutes just a little bit more. And also I was going lighter reps or lighter weight and higher reps for the barbell hip thrust. So I wanted to make sure to burn out in the glute area. And I went right into bridged abduction with the band as well. Right after this, I did 20 reps each for everything there. Okay, coming into my next superset, I'm starting out with the leg press. This machine is so cool. The Cybex, if you have it at your gym, highly recommend. I think it's called a squat leg press type thing. So it's definitely targeting the hamstrings the way I'm doing it here. I am higher up on the platform and my feet are closer together. I supersetted this with RDLs. So as you can see, I'm using dumbbells here and I'm pushing those hips back in the movement, keeping my knees at a slight bend and making sure that my head stays neutral the entire time so that I'm not bothering my lower back at all during this exercise. All right, guys, after this superset, I went into my next one where I'm doing cable kickbacks, targeting the glutes a little bit more, isolating those a little bit more in this exercise. So I have these cuffs that actually one of my clients sent to me. I think they're from Susie K Fit. I think that's her name on Instagram. But yeah, you can get them anywhere off of Amazon as well. And then I supersetted that exercise with goblet squats and I did 3 sets of 12, just moving very slow throughout the movement. Obviously, like I said, the second part of each workout or each exercise that I show you is sped up. So just be aware of that. After that superset, I went to the leg curl machine and I absolutely demolished my hamstrings here. It was definitely a fun time. I did single leg, 3 sets of 10 on each leg. And then after I was done with single leg curls, I went and did double leg here, just like everyone would normally do. And then I increased the weight to make sure it was more challenging for both my legs. And I went till failure on that. And then at the end, you will see that I hold the contraction on my last rep for about 10 seconds, and it was definitely a tough one. So highly recommend you guys trying that one out in your next leg day. All right, my last exercise of the workout is going to be the abduction machine. So you can see I'm leaned back in the chair during this. So I do 20 reps here, and then I drop the weight a little bit and I lean forward slightly to target the upper glutes a little bit more, and I did 10 reps. All right, jumping right into Thursday morning's workout. We're starting with banded pull-ups, and you can see I have the band across the little rack holder things in the front. So you can see that I'm using that band as resistance during that exercise. And then after I finished that, I went right over to dumbbell shoulder press, which again is one of my favorite exercises ever. I love working the shoulders. So I'm doing higher rep here because my shoulders were a little rough after Monday's workout. So I'm doing 4 sets of 10, keeping it a little bit lighter weight than I would usually do just to make sure my shoulders were okay during this exercise. All right, coming to my next superset, I have bent over rows. So make sure to keep a slight bend in your knees and brace your core during this exercise so you don't bother your lower back, and you want to pull the elbows back during this exercise. And I supersetted that with bent over rear delt flies. So you want to keep a slight bend in the elbow the whole time. Again, keep that core braced so you don't bother your lower back and come right up to about shoulder level there. All right, this superset absolutely killed me. I'm starting with quarter to half rep lateral raises at a very heavy weight, a weight that I can't normally do full lateral raises with. So this is a purposeful exercise to just burn out my shoulders. And then I'm going right into full lateral raises with lighter weight. So for lateral raises, you want to make sure to keep a slight bend in your elbow. You do not want to pass your shoulders when you come up, so come right to shoulder level for those. Okay, and then I went right to seated front raises. I sat in a chair for these because I wanted to isolate my shoulders a little bit more. So seated exercises definitely make it more isolated because you can't really swing as much or use as much momentum. So that was the purpose of the sitting for this one. And I'm bringing my arms out in a little bit of like a V when I come up as well. Okay, last exercise of this workout, we have the lat pull down, which is again one of my favorite exercises. I did 4 sets here. I started with higher reps and then I dropped to 2 sets at around 12 reps, and then I dropped the weight and went back up to higher reps to really burn out there. All right, and I am finishing up with the stairs for 20 minutes again, level 6, and then just admiring the shoulder pump there. And we are off. So that was Thursday's workout. Friday, we always work out at night, so you guys will see that coming up next. It's Friday night and we're headed to the gym. I actually just got back from hiking with my brother, so that was fun. It was like 40 minutes, I think, around there. But I have on navigation contour leggings, which you guys have seen me wear before already in this vlog. Not the same color, obviously. And then I have the Revival sports bra from Alphalete, which you guys have also already seen me wear in a different color. And my shoes are Nike Air Max 270s, which I highly recommend getting. So we're gonna go hit some chest and arms. Okay, but I'll see you guys at the gym. All right, guys, starting the workout off with my favorite bench press for our compound lift for chest days. And as you can see, I'm setting myself up so that my shoulders are in a secure position and locked in, which is why I have an arch in my back. You want glutes and feet to stay on a surface, so glutes on the bench and feet on the floor. And you want to be pushing through those heels while you're doing this exercise to be able to gain power in the movement. All right, coming over, I apologize about the lighting here. It was not working with me, but I am doing incline press here. You can see I have that same arch in my back to secure the shoulders, and I am bringing my elbows on a slight angle when I come down to make sure my shoulders are in a safe position as well. And then we supersetted that with an incline dumbbell fly, which is the same exact position and a slight bend in the elbows the entire time just to keep the shoulders safe again. Okay, here's the second superset of my workout. So I'm doing dumbbell curls here. So I went for higher reps with these. And then you can see I am keeping my elbows by my side. You want those to stay in the same place the whole time. You don't want them to flare out because that means you're using more than just your biceps to do that movement. And then we are coming into dumbbell skull crushers. So I apologize, the top of the dumbbells got cut off here, but you can see my elbows are back slightly so that my tricep is stretched out. My elbows are staying in the same exact place the whole time through the movement. And we are moving on to the third superset of this workout, which is barbell close grip bench. Again, I went for higher reps so that I could use the same barbell during my bicep curls, which I am supersetting with this. So elbows close by the side when I bring them down, hands are closer on the barbell during this exercise, and supersetted with barbell curls. And you can see same thing as the other curls. You want to keep those elbows by the side the whole time. Don't let them flare out so that you're using mainly the bicep muscle during this exercise and also reducing swinging as well. The next exercise I did was cable flies. So I had 2 cables next to each other and I used the little handles as the attachments. You want to make sure you're keeping your elbows slightly bent, just like I did in a dumbbell fly, so that you're using the pec muscles mostly there. The next superset, I did a horizontal tricep extension like you can see here. You want to make sure the cable is set up so that your shoulder and elbow and wrist all stay aligned during that movement. and I supersetted with my last exercise, which is tricep push downs. I'm doing an underhand grip here, and you want to keep that elbow right next to your body the whole time. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning. It's around 9, almost 9. And we are about to go to the gym. We're gonna hit legs today, obviously, because I'm wearing shorts. So we're gonna be doing a full leg day today. This is my fit for the day. So I have on Nike Blazers, all white Gymshark socks, which also these are the most comfortable socks that I've worn. And then I have on Alphalete Amplify shorts, and then Gymshark V-neck training sports bra, and this is just a little like long sleeve crop that I got, I think from Shein. So yeah, this is the gym fit of the day, and we're gonna go crush some legs. All right, guys, we got leg day. So exciting. So today we are starting with barbell squats, and I wasn't sure actually how much I would be able to push today because I went for a hike yesterday and my legs were not ready for that. So I was a little bit sore going into this workout, but I actually had a really good workout, still worked just as hard for the most part. I did go lighter on some things, but you'll see. But we started out with barbell squats here, and I did 4 sets of 8. I started at 95 pounds just to see how my legs were, and then I worked up to 115 for these. Probably could have pushed a little bit harder, but again, my legs were super sore. And fun fact, if you don't know, I actually have a fractured vertebrae and a slip disc in my lower back. So I have to go very, very easy and make sure that I'm very braced and focused during my squats. Obviously, you should be doing that no matter what, but with a back injury, it can be a little bit harder to push to your full potential. So I try to do my best with all of that. But yeah, you can see squats are here. So shoulder width stance, knees coming out in the direction of the toes, back is straight, head is neutral, so we're not bothering the lower back at all. Okay, and then second exercise, we came into barbell RDLs, which is lately one of my favorite workouts or exercises here. So I'm using 95 pounds on the bar. I went for 3 sets of 12, as you can see on the screen, and we are primarily focusing on the hamstrings and glutes in this movement. So slight bend in the knees, pushing those hips back during the movement, and it depends on like your flexibility, but you can come down to different points here as long as it's not bothering your lower back. All right, next superset I moved on to is Bulgarian split squats. I don't know why I did this to myself today, but I supersetted these with hip thrust, as you guys will see. So we have, starting out with Bulgarians, 3 sets of 10 per leg. Again, went a little bit lighter here. You want to make sure to be pushing through the heel for this exercise, and I do them more glute focused, so you'll see I have a slight lean forward at the hips, and I really shoot that back knee down and back towards the edge of the box there so that it focuses on my glutes more. And coming into my hip thrust, so I did barbell hip thrust, kept it light and went for 20 reps during each set here. So again, you want to keep pushing through your heels for this. You want your lower shoulder blades to be on the box. You want to come up all the way to a straight line with the shoulders, hips, and knees. And you want to keep those knees at a 90-degree angle to help activate and push through the hamstrings and the glutes. This superset absolutely killed me. I had to take longer breaks in between these sets because my legs were just dying through this whole workout. So I showed you guys a different view here. So we have like a side angle so you can better see how my legs are positioned. So you can see those knees are at a 90-degree angle. Like I said, bringing the glutes all the way up to the top of the motion, and you want to make sure those glutes are aligned with the knees and the shoulders, again like I said, so that we're able to really push through those glutes and those hamstrings during this movement. All right, guys, coming to my next superset, we are doing high step-ups here. So the box is higher than where my knee would be if I were to just stand on the ground. So this exercise targets the glutes a little bit more because you see I'm bent over more in the exercise. So I'm really stretching those glutes as I come down, and I use my hand against the wall as stability as well. And then I supersetted these with walking lunges, and you can kind of see I'm taking a longer range of motion for my steps. So I'm really stepping very wide with my legs to again target the glutes and hamstrings during this exercise a little bit more as well. And I did 3 sets, supersetted with those high step ups for 12 per leg with these. And then, since that wasn't enough for some reason for me, I went to the leg extension machine where I supersetted with seated abduction. So, for the leg extension, I did 3 sets of 10 for my first one, 20 for my second one, and 30 for my third set. And then I supersetted that each time with a seated abduction. So, just sitting on the ground. I went a little crazy with this exercise. So, I start with doing 50 reps here. I took a 20-second rest, and then I did 40 reps, 15-second rest, 30 reps, 10-second rest, 20 reps, 10-second rest, and then 10 reps and 10-second hold at the end. I don't show you guys the whole thing because someone walked right in front, so I just cropped that out. But you can see I'm resting here, and then I pick back up again for my 40 reps, and then I kind of keep going in that order. So the time I rest in between comes down as the reps come down between each set. All right, guys, coming into our Sunday workout, I started my back day off with pull-ups unassisted, and I did 5 sets of 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1, and I just went down with reps from there. I moved on to my first superset, which is barbell bent over rows, and that was supersetted with hanging leg raises, which you'll see in a second. For the barbell bent over rows, obviously you want to make sure that your knees have a slight bend. You want to keep your back straight and your core tight so that you're not bothering your lower back during this movement. And here are the straight leg raises. I use the bar to help me get up on the rack, and I am trying to make sure my upper body is staying controlled with these so that I am not swinging too much. So the movement felt very controlled here, and obviously you're using your core during this exercise as well. Okay, moving on to my next exercise, I did the seated row machine. I did 4 sets here of 12 reps. And you want to make sure to adjust the seat to the correct height for yourself so that your upper body is in the correct position. So you're pulling those elbows right back next to your side and not too high. The next exercise I did was the lat pull down machine. We did 3 sets of 12 reps here, and this one's pretty self-explanatory, but you want to make sure you're pulling down with your elbows. You want to pull to the upper chest normally, and you just want to make sure that you're keeping your core tight, head neutral in this position, and you're not arching too much with your back. Okay, coming into my next superset, we have close grip lat pull down. So this is very similar to what I was just doing, but it's on a cable instead of a machine. And I am doing a close grip with a supinated grip as well. So my hands are turned inward, and this is working more of the biceps and also the mid back here. And then I supersetted this with kettlebell single arm rows. I did 3 sets of 8 here. When you're pulling the weight back, you want to make sure you're pulling back with your elbow again. So you don't want to be pulling straight up. You want to be pulling back and up so that the elbow's leading back towards like that angle back there. I finished up with 20 minutes on the stairs on level 6, and that was my whole Sunday workout.